wonderful people, and welcome back to our channel. Imagine being swept away by the electrifying energy of a K-pop performance, only to discover the shadows lurking behind the stage. Today, we're peeling back the layers of glamour to reveal the stark reality of K-pop's hidden underworld, where the dazzling spotlight often masks the chains of slave contracts and exploitation. Let's journey into the lives of K-pop idols trapped in the clutches of these contracts, where every step forward feels like wading through quicksand. Imagine waking up to grueling schedules with barely a moment to catch your breath. Every smile on stage hides the exhaustion of endless rehearsals and sleepless nights. Take, for example, the members of TVXQ and EXO, who found themselves bound by contracts lasting over a decade, dictating every aspect of their lives. From their diets to their personal relationships, every move was controlled by their management companies. Their dreams become a commodity, traded for fame and fortune, while their freedom slips through their fingers like sand. Imagine being a trainee, barely in your teens, coerced into signing a contract that spans over a decade, like those faced by members of TVXQ and EXO. Your life, from your daily routine to your personal relationships, is meticulously dictated by your management company. Every penny earned, every step taken is meticulously controlled, with little room for autonomy or self-expression. These contracts demand absolute obedience and loyalty, leaving idols at the mercy of their management companies. Consider the case of TVXQ, whose members found themselves entangled in a 13-year contract that extended their servitude far beyond the stage. Every aspect of their lives, from their diets to their personal relationships, fell under the scrutiny of their management. The injustice of these contracts lies in their power dynamics, where artists are reduced to mere commodities, traded for profit and fame. Despite their talent and hard work, many idols find themselves trapped in a cycle of debt, owing exorbitant fees for training, housing, and living expenses. Even after years of debut, some idols struggle to earn a personal income, toiling tirelessly to repay their debts to their companies. The exploitative nature of these contracts has sparked controversy and legal battles within the K-pop industry. In 2008, the lawsuit filed by 3 members of TVXQ against their former management company, SM Entertainment, brought widespread attention to the issue of unfair contracts and profit distribution. The 13-year contract was deemed oppressive, with provisions extending their commitment to the company to an alarming 15 years, including mandatory military service. Despite legal victories for some artists, the repercussions of these contracts linger long after the courtroom battles end. The careers of Junsu, Jejung, and Yuchin, former members of TVXQ, were marred by legal disputes, hindering their artistic endeavors and tarnishing their reputations. While legislative efforts, such as the JYJ law, have aimed to protect artists from unfair contracts, disputes and controversies continue to plague the K-pop industry. One of the most recent and notable cases involves 3 members of EXO suing SM Entertainment for contract extension and unfair treatment. The excessive duration of their exclusive contracts, coupled with unreasonable terms, left the idols physically and mentally exhausted. Facing astronomical penalties for termination, the members were left with little choice but to endure the exploitation or risk financial ruin. Not only in big companies, but the situation can also be worse in small ones. In 2018, the South Korean media was shaken by the news of 2 singers, Lee Seok-chol and Lee Sang-hyun, both members of the group The East Light, who suffered physical and psychological abuse from a young age. According to Ed Times, for 4 years, they endured brutal acts of torture, such as being beaten with baseball bats, choked with guitar strings, and subjected to various other forms of dehumanizing abuse. These incidents raise serious questions about ethics and morality within the entertainment industry. They inadvertently spark debates about safeguarding the rights of artists and workers in this field. In 2020, former Fiestar member Cheska shed light on the industry's dark secrets, revealing how her former management company pressured her to lie about her background to garner public attention. Cheska also shared the pressures and injustices she faced during her 2 years under a 7-year slave contract. Unable to pursue her artistic endeavors freely, she ultimately withdrew from the entertainment scene, much to the disappointment of her fans. Moreover, the lack of transparency and accountability in profit distribution has further fueled resentment among artists and fans alike. Despite their contributions to the industry, many idols receive only meager earnings, with their income controlled and monitored by their management companies. Disputes over album releases, promotions, and financial transparency underscore the systemic exploitation ingrained within these contracts. In 2010, the Fair Trade Commission of South Korea introduced regulations capping the maximum duration of artist contracts at 7 years. While these measures aimed to curb exploitation and protect artists' rights, challenges persist in enforcing these regulations and ensuring fair treatment within the industry. The ongoing legal battles and public outcry serve as a stark reminder of the uphill battle for justice and equality in the K-pop industry. Amidst the darkness of exploitative contracts, there shines a glimmer of hope as some idols challenge these injustices and strive for change. Over time, the terms of exclusive contracts for artists have evolved. Cultural critic John Dokyeon suggests that during the trainee phase, idols may reluctantly accept lengthy contracts of 10 to 23 years, heavily dependent on their management companies. However, as artists establish solid careers and garner substantial fan bases, such as the case with EXO, the impact of contract termination or departure from the company becomes less detrimental to their careers and reputations. Nevertheless, for companies, losing a lucrative asset can significantly affect their business operations, image, and credibility in the entertainment industry. In the competitive world of K-pop, business fairness is paramount. Dokyeon explains that artists' success should be duly rewarded, and if unresolved, they may seek to improve their situation by pursuing solo endeavors outside of the company. However, in reality, the artist-management relationship is symbiotic, thriving on mutual trust and respect. This dynamic has contributed to the remarkable success of BTS, with their achievements attributed not only to individual talent and hard work, but also to the unwavering support of Big Hit Entertainment. Recently, all 7 BTS members chose to renew their contracts with Big Hit Entertainment, now known as HYBE Entertainment, maintaining a close relationship with their management company. Thus, we have explored the contentious stories surrounding slave contracts in the K-pop industry. It's undeniable that these contracts have fostered exceptional talent and groundbreaking music, yet they also serve as prisons, stifling the freedom of idols. Nevertheless, the world of K-pop continues to shine and diversify, showcasing that artists' love and passion for art transcend all boundaries. Let's hope that in the future, the phrase slave contract will be a relic of the past in K-pop. In addition, idols will receive the care and rightful rewards commensurate with their achievements. In conclusion, let's look towards a brighter future in the K-pop industry. Despite the challenges posed by exploitative contracts, there is a growing awareness and movement towards change. As fans and consumers, we play a crucial role in demanding fair treatment for our beloved idols. Together, we can advocate for transparency, equity, and respect within the industry. By supporting artists who challenge injustice and speaking out against exploitative practices, we can contribute to a more ethical and sustainable environment for K-pop. Join us on this journey of empowerment and progress. Subscribe to our channel for more insightful discussions and updates on the evolving landscape of K-pop. Together, let's create a future where artists are valued, empowered, and celebrated for their contributions to music and culture.